So it's been quite a day politically. Um, First up, Macron has made a speech, which is reassuring. He says that with the measures we took early on in France, we avoided 50 to 70% increase in gas and electricity prices. Protecting people is what we're doing. We're preparing ourselves so that there will be no gas or electricity cuts this winter. Well, that's good news, isn't it? I'll send that battery back. The solutions are in our hands. We must show solidarity and sobriety. In Europe, we have diversified our supplies, built up stocks, and will continue to show solidarity. Thanks to the active mobilisation of the French, we can save 10% of our energy consumption. Together, we will face up to this challenge. So I feel quite reassured by that. I think the difference for me is that, and you know, I'm sure my French friends may have a different response to that, but I do feel that we are in relative to the UK, that we're in capable hands. I feel like we are being governed by adults and grown-ups, and I don't get that impression from the UK. And I'm not immersed in French politics as much as I could be, so maybe I'm wrong, but I do feel that there are grown-ups running this country rather than baying hooligans that we see in the House of Commons. Over on the other side of the channel, Priti Patel has resigned. Thank fuck. But walking into her place is going to be somebody called Suella something. Suella something a man. Who apparently is not going to be any easier. She ought to be Cruella, not Suella. Liz Truss has been appointed Prime Minister. I don't know how long that's going to last. I don't know how long she'll last. She's as dim as, she's as thick as shit. I can't. But anyway, that's what's happening there politically, and I can't bear to watch really. So I'm not really watching. I've been on Twitter today, and you can't avoid it on Twitter. There's been a big Twitter campaign because Care for Calais have gone to court today to stop the Rwanda transportations. They've gone to court, and I'm hoping that went well. So there was a big Twitter campaign, people retweeting posters and stuff, and I did a bit of that. And Joe Lycett made a mockery of Laura Kuenssberg's first BBC News thing, whatever it was. I don't know what it was, but he made a real mockery of it. So clever. Go and watch it. It's so funny. He does it so well. I think it was quite a long time before she probably had somebody say to her in an earpiece, "He's taking the piss, you need to move on." He did it brilliantly. I do like Joe Lycett. I've tracked down Brooke and Rebecca, which I'm pleased about because there's been talk of us meeting, and I couldn't work out how we would arrange that without exchanging emails, and I can't do that. I haven't got my email address on my YouTube deliberately, and but their email address is on their YouTube channel, I found today, so I emailed them, which was nice. It's nice to have contact with people rather than shouting out to them on a vlog or commenting on their vlog and that. It's not quite the same. So I emailed them today, and I've had a response, and they're talking about meeting up. And I realised, because they're going to be opening an online shop for Rebecca's weaving and his pottery, both really lovely work. There's an email that you can sign up to, a newsletter type thing, so you know when the shop is open. So I signed up for that, and it came back with their address on it. So I looked up their address on Mappy, and actually it looks like they're not so far away that we won't be able to meet up really easily. Once I've checked, I haven't checked with Mark yet. I make arrangements and then tell Mark what we're doing, but I do feel I ought to check with him first. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to meet up. My youngest child retires in December. Make of that what you will. He's already stopped, actually, because there's so many weeks of leave that he's got to catch up on, and weeks of this and weeks of that this is his first week as his own boss. Although, as he mentioned, he isn't his own boss. He does have a boss. That's his wife. But so he's now solely a YouTuber with 90,000 followers, and wants to build on that, obviously, because that will become a large source of income for him, although he will have a pension. So that's really exciting, and it's like really weird to think that that's it. He's retired. I mean, I think I never really got my head around that when you're in the military, you get a really early retirement. Well, that's how it seems to me. I wasn't in there. I wasn't in the military, so it might not have felt early for him. But he's 40. Sorry, Philip. 43, 44. Sorry, Philip. I remember your birth just like it was yesterday. I remember the year you were born, but I can't do the maths in my head now. So yeah, he's 43, 44. Usual crap at school, he's not doing well enough. He won't go far. Total bollocks. At school, education, all measured against the same results for everybody. It's like your goldfish isn't able to jump these fences. Well, of course not, it's a fucking goldfish. So yeah, always the same crap at school, and he has done very well, and I'm really proud of him. Both my children I'm proud of. They've both done well. Jo's self-employed. She's been self-employed for, sorry, Jo, 12 years, I think. And she's doing well. She earns a really good living, and her first boyfriend over here took the piss about her, because when she first started working online, she was, when you first start out doing something like that, you don't earn a lot of money. She wasn't earning a lot of money, and he just took the piss. And for the last 5 years, I think she's been earning way more than he earns doing the job that he does. So, fuck you, Xavier. So yeah, both my kids are doing really well, and I'm really proud of them. Jo lives here, and Phil lives over in the UK. And yeah, and he's retired. Unbelievable. So that's it, really. We got our blood results through earlier. It took them a week. It's such a long time for them to come. Both of them pretty good, so we went out and celebrated and bought chocolate. What else would you do? Yeah. So, looks like the worry over winter may not surface. That will be really good. I feel safer. I do feel safe, but the biggest thing causing me a lot of anxiety, I suppose, although I don't really do anxiety, is that we've been waiting now probably 3 weeks for Mark's inheritance to come through. He had a phone call, a WhatsApp call with the solicitor 2 weeks ago, probably, to verify that, he's alive, he exists, and he matches his passport photo, all of that. Various stuff came through on email. So we're like waiting for the money to come through, and it's still not coming through. And I'm remembering that episode in years and years of one of the protagonists, whose name I can't remember, his surname's Lyon, Stephen Lyon, had just made 1.2 million on something. I can't remember what it was, but he'd made 1.2 million, did his normal thing, waited to transfer it to wherever he was going to transfer it, and he lost it all. He lost it all because there was something happened. There was a run on the banks, and by the time they got to the bank, there was a massive queue at the bank, and eventually the bank closed their doors, and he lost 1.2 million pounds. And I'm thinking, I'm watching the exchange rate. I don't know what it was 2 weeks ago, I didn't really look, but I'm watching the exchange rate, and apparently I looked at it earlier, and it's sort of holding steady um, after Truss has been appointed. But I don't imagine that the exchange rate is going to suddenly think, oh yes, Liz Truss has been appointed. We're all very confident now, and we're going to rise, because I don't think that's going to happen. So and watching what the pound against the euro is doing, and thinking, and also knowing that Michael Lambert did something yesterday about, could there be an economic collapse in the UK? And I'm thinking, get that fucking money in the accounts, so I can transfer it to France. And of course, I can't make that happen. I just have to wait. But that's causing me anxiety. I mean, we laughed about this months ago when we were over in the UK and with his sister, because things were not looking very good even then. And I sort of laughed and jokingly said, you wait all this time for your inheritance, and then you lose it because there's a financial crash. I don't think that's going to happen, she says. I'm not. Yeah, I am touching wood. It's pointless, isn't it? Bloody pointless. If we don't get it, we don't get it. Luckily, there's things that we want to do and jobs that we need to do and plans that we have, but at the end of the day, we're very comfortable without it. So but it's a bit of a pisser watching the exchange rate and wondering where the money is. So there we go. So actually, all is good apart from that bit, and that will be it until you see me next time.